Good morning, my friends. Just a few mornings ago, we sat here together, Ed and myself, and listened to the teaching in his meditation about the nun and the priest, experiencing that call to bring gratitude in a mindful way into our deepest relationships, as well as our more superficial ones. In our last gratitude practice, we turned our mindful attention to internal gratitude for the ways in which our body, breath, brain, and environment support our life. And today I'd like to turn to something that complements the meditation on the priest and the nun. Gratitude in relationships. This brings us back to that example of saying thank you, especially those thank yous that we say almost as a habitual response, a hasty aside, even an afterthought, quite automatically. And while this may be socially desirable, as we said before, it's not particularly mindful, and it certainly doesn't go very deeply, and therefore it changes us very little, internally or in relationship. And so today we bring mindful attention to the practice of giving and to receiving with mindful gratitude. If you've not already done so, let us be seated in that comfortable position, grateful for breathing and the bodies given to us into which that breath enters and gives life. See if you can bring into your mind a recent time, a gesture of attention, deep listening, or perhaps some smaller and regular action given by someone with whom you live or someone about whom you care deeply if you live alone. And bring to mind a time when this person gave you something that caught you by surprise or took them a great deal of trouble to make sure that they had what you needed and wanted at that moment. Or maybe something where they gave you a very small gift, telling you about something good that happened in the news today, bringing you a cup of tea or coffee when you didn't ask, the friend who makes you soup when you're sick because they believe that that will comfort you and help you get well. Bring one of those times into your awareness in living color, and as you breathe with this memory, allow that breath to go directly into your heart space, that place in the middle of your chest where your heart resides, and imagine the warmth, feeling your heart expand for as long as you can keep that memory alive and in living color in your mind. Let us sit with that for a few minutes. bringing your awareness back to your heart and mindfully noticing how it feels with this memory. Some people find that they're aware of their heartbeat as they sit with that stillness of body and gratefulness of mind and heart. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. And in just a moment, let us turn our awareness to the last opportunity that you took to do something kind or considerate for a stranger. Like the last time you held the door open. And maybe you did so because that's just what people do. And when they said thank you, you said the equivalent of no problem, or you're welcome, as your attention quickly shifted away to the next thing. Bring into your mind's eye one of those recent situations. And mindfully imagine what kind of expression of true gratitude you might be able to make for the opportunity to open a door for someone else who may or may not have needed it, but which gave them a sense that they were seen and noticed. And finally imagine a time in your memory where you have said a quick thank you. Oh, thanks. Thanks for doing that. And imagine how you might respond in a more mindful sense of gratitude if you're the one for whom the door was opened. To make clear eye contact with that person and say, with feeling, thank you so much. Thank you. Allowing yourself to feel in your heart that you were seen and that someone cared in that tiny way enough to hold the door open for you. Let us take this mindfulness and gratitude out into the day and pick one or two interactions in your day when your instinct to say thanks arises. Stop for a moment and take notice, taking the time to feel and with mindful gratitude saying thank you so much for doing that for me. The more we practice, the more it grows. Gratitude. I am grateful for all of you here today who share your time and attention with me in these meditations. Namaste. Amen.